Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum salam. What do I say to that? Because I know how to. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, right?
Yep. So you add the he at the end. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yeah, mashallah. Mashallah.
Are we going?
Yeah.
Mashallah.
Mashallah. Welcome, brother.
Thank you.
What's your name and where you from?
My name is Sonny Faz. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. Just an Italian white guy that converted to Islam.
Mashallah. What was your experience like growing up?
So I grew up in Boston, like I just said. I never really tried much in school. You know, I was never the guy that was always working hard at my grades or anything like that, but I would do good on like the standardized tests. So I think I always knew I was a little bit like smarter, but I don't know, everyone's kind of told that at a young age, like, you're special, you're gifted, you're so smart, look at these. And I was like, I don't know if it's true or not, but I was always just trying different side hustles growing up. Lemonade stands at a young age. I was the kid selling candy in school. I had a locker next to mine stuffed with Oreos and stuff, you know. And then throughout high school, instead of school, once again, I was trying to become a professional Fortnite player. And one day I just had the realization, like, why am I putting all this effort into Fortnite, learning my building, my aiming, rotating around the map, all these different skills, when I can just take that same logic and apply it to life? You know, learn this skill, go to the gym a bit more, learn how to speak better, read this book, gain some knowledge, XP. It just all made sense to me. So it was like a flip of a switch. And overnight I started trying different side hustles, blah, blah, blah. First thing I really went hard at was a TikTok page. And alhamdulillah, first page I started, it actually ended up doing really well. But I guess you could say first page I started, but I was trying stuff for 10 years. So this is the first like TikTok page that I started. It blew up, and that just started the craziest snowball ever. It's been 3.5 years of just grinding.
Did you always believe in God?
I just didn't think about God. It wasn't a matter of if I believed or not. I believed in a higher power, like everyone says. I believe in spirits in the spiritual world. But to say I believed in God, I don't know, because I would go to church and that was God. So did I feel God? Not really. But I think I always thought that there was something more to this life. Yeah, for sure.
How did you first hear about Islam?
I first heard about Islam literally on camera, which is the craziest thing. Like, in the first reaction video I did to Islam with my mom, I didn't even know what a Quran was. I was learning everything as a complete beginner. So I saw Andrew Tate convert to Islam, and that video ended up blowing up. It got like 700,000 views, just Andrew Tate converting to Islam. And the comments were fed with people like, react to this, brother, recitation, react to this, react to this. And so I was like, all right, like, this video is popping. These people clearly want to see it. So I think the next one we did was maybe like Jesus in the Quran and the miracles of the Quran. And then we collabed with the 3 Muslims a bunch. And it was just a rabbit hole the next month and a half, 2 months of watching different Islamic videos to learn.
What attracted you to it?
Really, the fact that I was able to document my knowledge online of learning something as like a white American boy that used to think Muslims were brown, stinky bomber terrorists. Like, just straight, I'm just being straight up. That's what I used to think. I had no other knowledge about it. Would just watch the movies, you know, look at the TV. She's like, oh yeah, damn brown people ruining everything, you know? Like, I didn't know Jesus was in the Quran. I didn't know there was miracles. I thought it was just like some other Hinduism kind of thing. Like, they believe in some other weird God, maybe. I didn't know. I had no idea. So just the fact that I could document and show people that whole process was really the coolest part to me. And I think people could see that I was genuinely curious. I was sincere in my knowledge. Through my whole YouTube journey, all I've done is seek truth. So even in the first video I made, which was just reacting to Andrew Tate, you could see that, like, I would look at Andrew Tate's words with a lot of validity. Like, what is he saying? Like, oh, that's facts, you know? Oh, what else does he have to say? Oh man, that's a new perspective, you know? You'd watch all the Tate pods, a whole new one dropped, and then you realize he's a man, he's fallible. You can't just like follow Tate forever. And then you kind of start going down other rabbit holes. You go down conspiracy theories, you go down self-help gurus, and then the final step of seeking truth is Islam.
So when did you have that moment when you were past like just being attracted to it and you were more like, this is something more?
It's funny, bro. I feel like I always knew I'd end up becoming Muslim. Like, even in the videos, if it'd be like, are you Muslim? I'd be like, not yet. Or like, I'd say peace be upon him, you know, after the Prophet's name. And I think it was a matter of just, I had to just give it time. I just had to give it time. Like, it was, maybe I felt like I wasn't ready to take the step into just jumping into Islam yet. Like, I knew once I opened the Quran, like, it would be GG's. I'd be locked in, you know? But I'd say I really fell in love with it after I started, like, going to the mosque with friends, seeing what it was. And then specifically, as me and Sakeb would make these short films and travel, this is after I took my Shahada. I didn't even really fall in love with Islam completely until after my Shahada, like a couple months in, where we'd travel, we'd be praying, and over time praying, I could see my knees getting better. There was a time we were in the elevator, and I just spit off Surah Fatiha, like half of it. And he was like, bro, he lost his mind, because like I just learned from listening to him, because we'd pray.
Yep.
And just the fact that I was able to learn so much by practicing with a brother, I feel so blessed for that. Like, not everyone has that opportunity to be able to travel with another brother and pray with him, so that you have someone that's teaching you how to do it properly, consistently. A lot of guys just have to go on YouTube and watch it. So I just feel like truly blessed for that. But over enough time of me and him making these videos, when I would come home and I wouldn't pray, it feels like there's a piece of your day missing. Like, there's just something wrong. And so finally, after Free America, the last video we just posted, I could say like Surah Fatiha on my own at this point. I basically knew all the steps. We like praying. I was pushing him to pray too. I was like, yo, we have to hit our prayer before we go. Inshallah, it always works out, you know? And now when I got back home, like I'd say after this last trip is where it really hit me, where it's like, wow, bro, I found the truth. Like, I found the truth. Like, it's like I heard all this information 2.5 years ago. I heard about the miracles in the Quran and how Jesus is in the Quran and how it's the final book and God said he'll protect this book and how it's in Arabic, and Arabic is the perfect language because even if all the Qurans are burned, you can memorize it in your heart. Like, I heard all this stuff, but it's like the seed just needed to plant. So now I'm at the point where I just want to tell everyone about this. I just want to say the truth. So be like, look, bro, you don't have to have blind faith in man God anymore, and this and Trinity that doesn't make sense. It makes sense. The logic God gave you, you can apply to religion. It makes sense. Like, this isn't like you don't have to have blind faith. If you actually look into it with an open heart, it's logical.
Yeah.
Like, you can submit your life to this with 100% certainty that it's going to be all right. Like, even I've always said life is a video game. If life is a video game, who created it?
Yeah.
There's a creator, bruv. You think all of this stuff just fell into place? It's the craziest thought, man. Like, everything that I've learned in my life has taught me something related to Islam. Every single aspect of my life has correlated to it. Bro, the jinn world really took me for a loop, bro. Like, it makes so much sense. And the subconscious actions that people do when they have jinn inside of them or shaitan in their heart and they don't even realize it, being able to see that clear as day now is the most fascinating thing in the world. Just the art people have on their walls, just the way people hold their body. Like, when I was in the room with Sheikh Uthman and Muslim Lantern and them, and I had like some shaitan in me still, I was like, they'd be asking me about God. I would just be going like this. Like, I'd be making the weirdest body movements, or maybe I would be swearing more. Naturally, I'd just say like, you know, I don't even need to swear. You get my point.
Yep.
I just want to be a good representation of who I'm trying to be. Good Muslim, you know? We aren't terrorists, bro. We're not like, the mosques isn't a terrorist breeding ground, bro.
Yeah.
It's a place where we get together with a black guy, a white guy, an Arab guy, a brown guy, a Chinese guy, and we put our heads to the floor and pray to the same creator that Jesus, Moses, Abraham, all the other prophets did.
Yeah.
The same exact thing. And it's just the most beautiful realization in the world, bro. I have completely detached from this dunya, from this world. It's a fugazi. It's all a fugazi, bro. This is a fugazi. This is a fugazi. The cameras are a fugazi. I'm gonna die. Life is a blink of an eye. Like, I've blinked and I'm here now. God created time, like time in itself, the whole fabric of space and time, even the future. He created that. All of it's already done, which he created that. And then he created the way that you perceive time. So let's say time's like this. Maybe it's a circle. Who knows? And you're moving through it like this. Just because you can't see this doesn't mean it's not already here.
Yeah.
You know? And that was just another insane realization. And then you look to Islam and it's like, all right, well, what happens after you die? You just like judged right away? And it's like, no, your soul waits in the grave until judgment day. And if you were good, it feels like a quick sleep, like a quick nap, like, holy, well, 3 o'clock, you know what I mean? It feels like one of those. And if you were bad, that's not feeling nice, bro. You're going to be waiting.
Yep.
You're going to be, bro, Adam 22, all these guys, when they realize it's not a black screen, astaghfirullah, bro, I feel sorry for them.
Yes,
I feel sorry for these people. And something a lot of people have been saying to me lately is how I've gotten a lot of people saying I have hate in my heart since reverting to Islam. Like, you have a lot of hate in your heart. I'm just like what? Like, do I sound hateful? Like, do I sound it's crazy because I don't hate any of these people with shaitan in their heart, or maybe they're drinking or smoking or sleeping around still. I just feel sorry for them. I just feel like they've been misguided. Like, they haven't heard the truth yet. And what I was going to say before is, now that the veil's been lifted off of my eyes, I just want to say the truth. I just want to say, there is only one God. Obviously, it's not a 3-in-1 God that you never can explain. This is the only religion with one God. This is the final book that acknowledges all the other books. All the prophets worked for the same boss. I just want to say all these facts, but I understand as a revert that I heard these facts and they didn't do it for me. You know, I had to let the information sit in my head. I had to be around Muslim brothers. I had to push myself to learn more, to go to the mosque with the stinky brown people and put my head to the floor with them. You know, you have to make yourself uncomfortable, learn new things. Just because you are a white Catholic guy doesn't mean you have to stay that forever.
Yeah.
If their forefathers were misguided and lost, would you still follow them? So let's say I was born as a Hindu because my dad and my grandpa and my great-grandpa were born Hindu, and then I find out Christianity is the truth. Shouldn't I go to the truth? Do I just stay this way forever? And I think it's maybe a reason a lot of them are saying that I have like hate in my heart is because they're just afraid that you're elevating. You're afraid that you're leaving their wavelength. It's like, no, come back, watch the porn, drink the beer, smoke the weed.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting, bro. Like, oh man, I could talk for 5 hours straight, bro. Straight up. I could talk for 5 hours straight. The shaitan attacks, bro. These shaitan attacks since my reversion have blown my mind. I tweeted this quote. I said, if you don't feel the devil attacking you, he is already inside of you. If you don't feel shaitan trying to break into your spiritual shield every single day, you need to look in the mirror and question if he's already in your heart. Straight up. Are you drinking still? Are you smoking weed? That's all your spiritual shield, brother. That's all your spiritual shield. When you drink, there's a reason alcohol is called spirits. You are opening up bubbles in your spiritual shield for the jinn that are around us to come in and tamper with you.
Yep.
And everyone acknowledges spirits. Like, every religion's like, yo, there's ghosts and spirits and blah, blah, blah. We're just the ones that like have the most logical take on it.
Yeah.
Every day it's a new shaitan attack, whether it's through a family member just like freaking out on me, or it's like old friends, or it's social media blowing up on me. It's like, the thought of going back to 3-in-1 God compared to just your creator the creator of time, the creator of the sun, the molecule, your consciousness, the logic in your consciousness, the inner fitra to that there's only one God. Like all of these things, bro, your toenails grow, all of it. That's who you pray to, the creator of it all. And then it's so fascinating because people will say like, well, you're actually worshiping a demon. Like the Quran was, you've been misled to worshiping a demon. And it's like, brother, we're the only ones that worship nothing other than the creator. What are you on about? Let's say Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, actually was twisted. Like, actually, let's say the words were twisted and it was a demon talking to him. Why on earth would the demon not say to worship this or this garbage or this man-made thing or this thing that God created instead of worshiping the creator? Why? Like, just think about it. And then they'll say, well, you're not supposed to understand God, so just have blind faith. And it's like, no, I believe God gave me logic, not just to know how to set up a podcast studio, but to listen to this clearly obvious religion and follow it. That is the most important thing at the end of the day. And I feel like that's why Nick Fuentes and a lot of these other dudes are some of the most dangerous people, is because they're so articulate on everything else except the one thing that matters. They could tell you how them boys run the world in 45 different ways and the geopolitical status of Iran to Iraq and blah, 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 blah. But the one thing that matters, logic goes, boop. You're a race trader. You're a race trader. And then their whole army, yeah, he's a race trader. Stupid, bro. It is sad. I would rather know none of that garbage, this dunya BS, and only know the truth. Like, we're going to die. This is the loading screen. Like, we're in the loading screen. Straight up. Like, this is so futile in the grand scheme of things, this life, that we are going to die and our souls are going to be on forever. It's not a black screen. It's not. You can hope it's a black screen because you've been doing a whole lot of haram and screwing a lot of people over. But there's a reason you fear death subconsciously. These people, it's so ironic because they'll say it's a black screen, but then they'll do terrible stuff in society and they'll take a gajillion supplements and million surgeries to live till 140 because they know what's coming. It's like they already know inside their heart what's coming. They're just afraid to face it.